Good evening, everyone. This is Daron Charkoudian. I'm Chair of the Street Fair Committee, and tonight on the agenda, we're gonna get an update from Joe Giovanni, head of Mardi Gras Productions, our Street Fair promoter, on the business so far this year, and an overall update on the just general environment. And then we'll talk a little bit about the holiday market for 2027. In me with the room is Lucy and myself, and then on the phone we have Joe Giovanni and Ted DeMoss. So, good evening, everyone, and Joe, let's I guess we'll start with the numbers through I guess you have end of June, mid-July. I know our target this year, you said last time we spoke, was 26,500. Is that still the year-to-date target there, budget or projection?
Yes, we might even hit a little bit higher than that. We're working on that.
Okay.
So I'll go over. Lucy, have you received the payments that we sent?
9,500.
Okay, so that was your three events that took place in Bowling Green, which is $1,000 each. They took place already, and I believe we sent you a payment of $3,000 for the Bowling Green events. We did one event in on Liberty Street so far for you, and I believe we sent a $1,500 payment for that. And we did the I don't want to call it the 4th of July because it was the 3rd of July, but we did the holiday event.
We'll call it Independence Day.
Yeah, that was an increase. You received $5,000 for that. So I know those payments were all sent, and hopefully you received them all, Lucy. But we are on track. We are on track to meet everything that we laid out in the very beginning. The Zuccotti Park sidewalks are still going on. You know, it's on track, and you'll definitely get the $12,000 for that also. So the only bad news that I want to bring up is that we're not going to be able to do the holiday market that we thought we would be able to try and make happen along the sidewalk of City Hall Park. I did meet several times with the City Hall Park Alliance, and they're very interested in doing something maybe in the future, for next year, together with you. But I will tell you that the criteria for what they want to have there was not possible at this stage. They really wanted a lot of handmade artifacts and things of that nature, which are limited to begin with, but those people are already booked in existing ongoing holiday markets, and they can't be in more than one or two places at the same time. They just don't have the ability to be able to do it, or the merchandise to be able to do it. So this went back and forth with us for several times. I think I've convinced them in the future to be a little bit more lenient if they want to have something there. They'd like to see something at some point in time. And obviously, I think that they're interested in raising the funds also to help maintain whatever they can in City Hall Park, which looks great, by the way. I went through several tours, and it came a long way from what it used to look like in my memory. But we just could not be able to pull it off for this year, and we didn't even get to the place where we were going to meet with the Parks Department to see if it's even an option.
Right. Okay. Thank you for the update on both. I think I guess we'll go. Yeah.
Let me ask Joe a quick question here. Do you think it is valuable to try and meet with parks between now and next year to get a sense of where and map out and to be better planned so potentially we can get the holiday market next year?
Absolutely. Absolutely,
Yeah.
because the time that it takes for them to, even if they were going to say yes, for them to be able to make that all happen is surmountable. So I would definitely love to do that.
Okay. So when
is it better sooner rather than later, or is how you want to do that? Is we have to wait like till the calendar year changes?
No, I think it's all about the administration, I believe that the Borough Commissioner of Manhattan has already been appointed. So from in the new administration, I have not met him or her, I don't know who it is. Um, I may or may not have, I do know the new Parks Commissioner to an extent, so I think maybe if we, and I think it's really important that you guys attend. I don't want to just set up a meeting and they really have to know and see that this is for your community.
Yeah, that sounds great. Is this a meeting, would we have to have it during normal business hours? Or,
Well,
is this something we can have?
yeah,
at
I would
5:30?
I would imagine around it. Unfortunately, I know everybody, especially in community boards, they'll have jobs and other functions, during the course of the day. But the Parks Department, the people that we're going to meet with normally Monday to Friday, 9 to 5ers.
Yeah, okay. Where, I can, I can make appropriate arrangements. Where is their office located?
Well, it's either going to be in the arsenal, depending on how we can do this. It's either going to be in the Arsenal, which is up in Central Park, which is where the commissioner's office is, or the borough commissioner's office is on, I believe it's 65th Street and Columbus, between Columbus and Amsterdam. So it's up
Okay.
on the Upper West Side.
Okay, all right, so it's
Now,
uptown. I know where that sounds.
possibly, I mean, I think the first step might be just to have a face-to-face meeting. Maybe they'll do it in the office, but the truth of the matter is the best thing would be is if we had an on-site meeting, you know? So this way we could walk and see everything that we're talking about. So,
I see what you're saying. Okay.
I think that would be great. And by the way, if we wanted to do that, my office is across the street from City Hall Park, so we could even maybe
Right.
meet in my office and then just go across the street and do the walkthrough.
That would be very helpful. Yeah, that's much closer for everyone here. Okay, great. Thank you for
Daron,
that.
how about
Tammy, yes.
Daron? How about we have Lucy make a request to get on the calendar for the Parks Commissioner for either an in-person, which I highly doubt because she's extremely busy, but to have a Zoom call might be able to be, very feasible to get everybody on the page to have the initial meeting and
Okay,
Does that work for everybody?
It works.
But I'm joking.
Yeah.
Unless Joe wants to do, I mean, I'm not trying to take work away from me. Somebody sitting in the room, oh, hold on. I'm not trying to take work away from me, but Joe, if you want to give me the connections or you want to set it up and I can always set up the WebEx.
Either way, I mean, I can definitely reach out and but like I said, I think if the reach out comes from you to begin with, it's more
Okay, so will you shoot me an email who to reach out to?
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure I can find it,
yes.
through Zach, but since you have it at hand, it would be best. We're gonna have to deal with this in September, is that correct?
I mean, we could,
We don't.
we could, I think the sooner that we try and do it, yeah, I mean, August is gonna be difficult. So if we probably could set something up in September or October, that'd be fine.
Okay. So please CC myself, Darren, and Zach, and then I'll set something up. Oh, say we're inviting you, blah, blah, and
I think,
Is that okay,
I think we should craft something that sounds positive and, I don't want to be talk out of
Just said
turn.
blah, blah, but yes,
But-
we
but
will, obviously,
I don't want
details.
I don't want her to think that we're like she's gonna come into a complaint a series of complaints
No.
about something. You know what I'm saying? It's got to sound
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
A
Joe,
positive-
Lucy, let me do this. Let's talk to April from the City Hall Park Conservancy. And we'll partner with her. We'll get a meeting because they have a good connection as well to Commissioner Shimamura. We do as well. She used to be our rep, so we know her well, so it's fine.
Now,
We can
Zach
get
just
on the
walked out the
Zoom.
room, but I'm assuming he knows these people. Okay.
Yeah, we all do. But so let's, yeah. And if
Okay.
we can get on a phone
Okay.
call soon, we'll do a phone call sooner and a walkthrough later, just to get
Fine.
everything set up.
Fine. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's
I
best
just
that,
have doubts that they'll do anything in the summer, that's what I'm saying, because they're, it's park, so
Let's-
they're not gonna care about us right now.
That's
just
we
mine.
can, we can start.
Yeah.
Very likely to be September, October. Okay. So, Joe, thank you for the update. Just back to the individual events. So we're done with the Bowling Green events, or we have some more coming up there?
no, we were only allowed to have 3 events. So.
And then how many
you've
more
had-
Liberties? Okay, so we're done for the year there.
You have another
more Liberty
Liberty.
Street events?
You have another Liberty. You have another Liberty coming up in August. And then we have the ongoing sidewalk sales on Zuccotti at Liberty Street.
That was Zuccotti. So it's Liberty Street and Zuccotti Park that are the bulk of the remaining
Yeah.
events.
And then
Okay.
you have one more multi-block event on October 11th. It was earlier, but because of FIFA, it got switched and the city changed it, and we came up with the date of October 11th now. So that
Okay.
will be your final event for the season.
Right. Okay, thank you. Okay, and then how would you, I guess, overall, we talk about the environment of the street fairs, and you talk about the tourism and the office workers and things, like how would you characterize the environment so far since April, so for this season, street fairs?
I think that it's gotten better. Tourism, I don't know if it's just because of FIFA. I mean, we all know what we all went through with the with the Knicks. I mean, there's been a lot more activity. I think a lot more people are back to work on a regular basis, although Fridays are still slower than any other day. And that's why we try to do what we do, like on Wednesdays and Thursdays, because it seems like there's definitely more activity downtown than on, say, a Friday.
Okay. Okay, that's good, and then with the, you mentioned the office work, and then the vendors themselves, are you, some of the problems from like coming out of COVID are largely past that, or are you still having, problems attracting the appropriate vendors?
They're coming back, and that's why it's important for us to do events at the right times. So, because your money and our money is made from their paying fees to participate, and the better they do, the higher we can charge a fee. So, I mean, hopefully next year we're going to try and raise the fees a little bit. So
Yeah.
this way, you know, because I think that they have done better. We're not getting complaints, so you know that's a good sign. And then you know that's what we base everything on. We base on everything trying to get the best locations for vendors to make money, because that's the only way that we're going to be able to charge higher fees.
Yeah. And has the weather, I know we've had some extreme weather between the heat and rain, has that been an adverse impact at all? We've gotten lucky with the dates.
We actually have been okay with the street fairs in terms of those conditions, but you know, the sidewalk sale did suffer a bunch of times during the heat waves, and you know, we've had some weather conditions, but you know, listen, that's the one thing that none of us can control. We can't control the
Yeah.
weather.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, I think that's good, and I guess my last question for the evening is, you mentioned the new administration and you said the borough commissioners, has been or is about to be appointed. I mean, so far in your dealings, maybe 6 months is too early to tell. Is this, do you think this new administration is gonna be more receptive versus the last one? What are your thoughts there? Is it too early to tell?
I think that they would be more receptive from, you know, everything that I've been hearing. So I don't think that they're, you know, I don't think they'd be against it coming out of the box. It's because we're gonna have to make it look great, which we will do. And I think that it's the most important thing is, like I said at the beginning, is that if we have you as the face of it, and the City Hall Park Alliance, the City Hall Park Alliance behind it also, you know, that's the two main, you know, the two main groups that I would think anybody in government would be concerned about. So,
Conservancy. It's a conservancy. The alliance is the.
Conservancy, yeah, the Conservancy, right.
Okay. All right, well, thank you. I don't have any other questions. Happy to take Tammy or Lucy or Zach, or do you have any questions for, okay.
Joe, the only other thing is when we, I think a little bit of outreach, you and I should talk to the folks at the Deliverista Hub to actually get their support as well, because they're the only other major constituent on that block around City Hall. And if we have their support and we have City Hall Park support, I think that that kind of partnership of constituency would be more powerful for a yes.
Sure, great, yes, I agree.
And I'm happy
Okay,
to have those conversations. Zach can help us get to the team that's running the hub that's there.
Okay, great, yes.
okay, great. Well, thank you. Tammy, Joe, any final thoughts before we close the meeting?
I have
think,
one final
okay.
question, Joe. And that's
Okay, yeah, and then, yeah.
if there's any time of a point that we, meaning the community board, had volunteers who were willing to sit at a table and hand out information during one of the street fairs, that wouldn't be an issue, correct?
No, we would love that. You know, we routinely always provide a booth with tables and chairs, and a sponsorship banner. So, and if you could man that, I mean, you know, you're not the only community board that we do this for, and several of the other boards do that, and they try to hustle up new memberships, you know,
Yep.
for the board, and give out information about the various. You know, projects and services that the board could help facilitate. So that would be great.
Great. If you can send me which boards do it so I can understand from them how they manage to get the volunteers, that would be fantastic. You know, whether they're doing it through interns or how they're doing it. I know it's not board staff, so
No.
that's
No, it's
yeah,
not board staff. I know
Exactly.
board 6. I can tell you right now, normally does. They come to every event. So,
all right. So send us the dates and locations again, and I'll see if we can rustle up some volunteers.
okay, sure, 100%.
Okay,
right, thanks.
so, one final thing, I'm thinking we'll have our next meeting, you said, Joe, the last event was, October 11th of the
Yes.
season?
Yes.
All right, so we'll, maybe we have our final meeting of the year with your update, at that time.
Okay, that's fine.
On the
But-
October meeting, off the top of your head, are you around second half of October?
Yes.
Mostly?
Yes.
Okay, all right, great, hopefully we'll have the other folks here too at that time, so, thank you all, and, we can, end the meeting and report.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.